Hello and welcome to National News Nonday, the non-specific day in the week where we talk about local and national news which failed to make the big headlines. And today we will be talking about France putting young people under house arrest, Poland electing a hooligan, and Germany forgetting to hire 1,400 teachers. So let's start off with the French city of Nîmes. The city has seen pretty bad levels of crime and has therefore decided to do something about it. Now, when you try to approach such a problem, you have a number of ways of dealing with it. You can attack the root cause, which is usually poverty, social inequality, and a lack of perspective for young people. Or you can attack the symptoms and use more police presence to fight crime. If your local council is overwhelmed, asking your state or federal government for assistance is usually a good idea too. This city, however, went with the lesser-known, mythical fourth option of banning young people from going outside. They just enacted a curfew for kids under 16 between 9 p.m. and 6 in the morning. If you have to get up earlier to be at school in time, well, sounds like a you problem. But anyways, we will watch with great interest how this plays out and how exactly this helps the city. But for our second story, we will follow this man's triumph. His name is Karol Nawrocki, and he was recently elected as the new president of Poland. His controversies are pretty wild. He allegedly used to be a bouncer and a pimp at a 5-star hotel, has multiple tattoos of football clubs, and was involved with 70 versus 70 football hooligan group brawls. When asked about these hooligan brawls, he didn't even try to defend himself. Instead, he said the Prime Minister has done the same thing and also used to be a football hooligan. He then went on to call these brawls between drunk hooligans noble battles and sportive activities. So, with this list of controversies, his election is pretty astounding, especially because his opponent was super far ahead at the start of the election campaign, almost doubling his projected votes. But his opponent was also criticized for being unprepared, seeming bored, or like he didn't even want to be there during debates. In the final debate between the two candidates, Nawrocki was stuffing his mouth with some sort of nicotine gum while live on air. Like, just look at this. So with one guy seeming like he doesn't even give a damn, and the other guy being filled to the brim with controversies, it must have been one hell of an interesting election campaign for all spectators. Our last story takes place in Germany. Specifically this state in the southwest called Baden-Württemberg, and it is one of Germany's 16 states, and each state has their own education system. If this doesn't sound unnecessarily complicated already, just listen. Because this state ended up making headlines because they forgot to hire 1.4k teachers. The hiring isn't done by the schools themselves apparently, but by a bureaucratic apparatus. So 20 years ago, they decided on how many teachers they were gonna hire. And they allocated a state budget, but because someone put a wrong number down on an Excel sheet, they fell short 1,400 teachers. But despite all the money for these teachers being assigned and never being used, resulting in a pretty big surplus each year, nobody on the financial side of the administration realized this. And the education ministry did an even worse job. People pointed out multiple times what teachers are missing and even specifically asked for these missing positions to be created, not knowing that they existed and the state had simply forgotten to fill them. The education department simply ignored all this criticism, and when young teachers began to complain about a lack of employment opportunities, the education department told them to retrain or try teaching elementary school. They literally told trained history, economics, or physics teachers to go to an elementary school and teach these kids calculus or something. Some of these subjects don't even exist in primary schools. And this had been going on for 20 years and was only realize because the system got an update and someone realized the mistake. To address this, the responsible department head said they don't know how neither the education nor the financial departments just couldn't realize this. But of course they would investigate in all directions. Which, if you don't speak the secret language of bureaucratish, means I don't give a and we are not going to do anything about it. So, who knows? Maybe your country is also secretly missing 1,000 teachers. But that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button. In the next episode, we will talk about how a German zoo wants to kill its monkey population, while an Italian zoo is asking you to donate your pets so they can feed them to the lions and tigers. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Goodbye.